Hey, happy Transformers Tuesday. My Walmart got another box of these in, so I bought 2 of them. Because it's been several weeks since we've had any, which is a good sign because I definitely want Blokees to become a main staple in Walmart for years to come if I'm still here in years to come. If I go to heaven in the next few days, I won't worry about it. But, you know, I definitely want Blokees to be something that's continuing. They're the most fun thing in the world. I really enjoy building them. And they're so posable, and there's a lot of potential to them. Now, I do have all 9 of these and may possibly have the shiny version of this one. But that would be weird because I only have 3 of him, and 2 of them so far have been shiny, so I don't know if I got the right shiny. I mean, maybe all of them have shiny silver, which kind of seems like it would make sense since the box has got so much shiny on it. I highly recommend you go to your Walmart and pick one of these up. They're only $4.84. And you're going to find nothing else that is that good for $4.84. Nothing. Not even a cheeseburger. Okay, you'll get instructions. Sometimes your instructions will come upside down like this. Sometimes they'll come right side up like this. The instructions are the same. This is pretty much going to be the same for all of them. This is going to have the hands and the base plate. Now the hands are gray, so it could be one of like 7 or 8 of these guys, because I think Death Guy, whatever his name is, he's got dark blue hands, he's got light blue hands, light blue hands, light blue hands, so even he has gray hands. So most of these have gray hands. You got 2 different types of hands. You got the reach out your hand, gimme hands is what I usually call them. And you got the fist, which I like personally. It holds the weapons, which most of the time there's weapons. Then you also have this nice little plastic sprue. You can use it for all kinds of things. You can put it in your mouth and pick your teeth with it if you're careful. You can hang your tiny little socks on it whenever they're drying, but I usually just put it in the recycling bin. You also get a stand, which is, it's useful for getting action poses in, but these figures are very well balanced. They're going to stand long. Who am I going to get? Who do you think? I got Bumblebee, or be something, be aggressive, B-127. I have not figured out why it's B-127, but there's the little whatever the QR codes, and here is the pog, you can basically say. All right, putting these together, I like to start with the legs. This one's a really weird one because his legs are seemingly backwards. They're so weird. But most of these have universal, like right leg and left leg are exactly the same. There may be an exception. I can't remember off the top of my head. Usually Optimus Prime is like that. Like they'll have one side's got wheel and the other's got, you know, but as you can tell, these are exactly the same. So start off with the feet. He's got something missing here, which means... Okay, he's just got a really big foot. That's what I forgot, because normally this comes down farther. So we're going to put this in. And then his feet, you actually have to build them. So this is the only one you have to build like this. So you got this piece. I thought this was a shoulder joint when I first saw these. It's actually the foot joint. So see where that peg is? And the peg hole? You marry those 2 together. See this? See this? Pop, pop. There you go. They go together. Get that snail. It looks like a snail. So you get the snail a little bit longer on there. All right. Same thing over here. We're going to put the peg thing in. You get the... See, it looks like it's trying to hold on to that. Trying to get the snail shell here. And the foot. And the original Bumblebee, I think it was in wave 2, maybe? I can't remember. This is wave 5 for the Galaxy version. He did have different feet because he was a Volkswagen. He was the original G1. So he had a right and a left foot, which is one of the few exceptions. Usually the right and left feet are exactly the same on most of these. All right, so there's the right, left leg, same thing. Now, sometimes the femur and the bicep look the same. Just pick out the bigger one between the 2. They have the ball joint at the top and the hole at the bottom. The joint you're going to look for right here, it doesn't matter if you pick the rectangle or the triangle part. I just, for universal sake, I don't think it matters. Put the triangle closer to this part, and then see how this is round. Make sure you have this part sticking out the back here when you stick it in, like that. Okay, here's another one. Here's the bend joint, and if you get the original 1 through 4 from Japan or China or whatever, they do not come with these already built. You have to build them, which isn't hard to do. Okay, so see how it is? Straighten it out. Make sure the round parts of the back, stick it in. And I'm going to turn it that way and sometimes, and it's not on these, but sometimes there'll be little like arrows painted on or whatever. So make sure you got the right left leg. Just check out to make sure that the pieces are different. A lot of this America's First Wave, it's pretty much, it's like a no-brainer, honestly. It's so simple. Here's the pelvis. The front and the back are exactly the same, although that's got that on there, which I've never noticed before. All right, but the front and the back are exactly the same. This is the front plate. It looks exactly the same as the back plate except for the painting. There's no painting on the back plate. Otherwise, it's the exact same thing. And some of the older ones, you can't, there's no difference. After you build that, you can put these legs on. Now, if you're struggling to get it on, just put them close to each other and then pop them on at the same time. It's a lot easier. In case you're afraid you're gonna break it. Here's the chest, and here's the back of the chest. All right, before you put this on, you have to put on these little arm sockets. Now, the arm sockets, you can't just put them on willy-nilly. You got to put them on where they go out to the top like this, and these two little pegs here and here need to go the best you can front and back because it's gonna have to line up. Where's the other one? There it is. And there's a cat hair because my cat's on. I keep on having to kick them off my table. It's disgusting. All right, there are chest plates. Make sure you know which one's which. This is the chest. It doesn't matter which one you put on. I just out of habit put the back plate on first. All right, when you put this in, there are 3 dots. You got to make sure you line up with the 3 tabs. There's also that slot and that slot that lines up with those 2 little pegs. There's like 5 things to keep on there. 3 are movable from each other. The 3 pegs, they're all going to be immobile. So when you squeeze it in, see, I haven't got it all the way in yet. Just make sure that you got those little things going in there. They're not that much of a challenge. Just, if you don't get it in, you're going to have to pull it back out and try again. So, looks right. This is where you would know because this thing won't squeeze all the way in because it'll keep it from going in. If you got it all the way in and you can wiggle it up and down, you got it. Now, marry the 2 body parts. All right. Here is the, I guess, shoulder. Again, I just put the triangles close to it just out of habit. If you get waves 1 through 4, that little dot's going to be on one side or the other, but they put them on the back side just to make it more universal. Make sure you put those in. I like to pick the fist. Okay, now I'm going to start lining things up and making it a little bit more. Like I like things to bend forward instead of monkey curls. All right, same thing over here. I'm going to put the triangle going toward the body just because. Just thing I do. Then make sure that that part's going toward the opening because it's got to build a bend. And get the other fist, which is the situation is going to be the left fist. Okay, and just make sure you rotate everything so it makes it work on the left side. All right, now the shoulder pads, this is also a twist. They originally went down onto the figure, like slide down. Now they make them go to the side, and there's several, like there's 2 different layers. It's the top layer. I had one time one on the bottom layer. I was like, why does it keep on popping back off? Because it didn't lock into place because it was in the wrong space. All right, there's that. And now the head is probably the more difficult. The shoulders and the head are the only 2 things that it might be difficult. There's a lot of little pieces involved. If you're old and fat like me, it's kind of hard to get a hold of these pieces. All right, the cupping part needs to go down to get a hold of the neck ball. So the little eye pieces are right there, and that's because they're separated. The very first series were painted. Then they started making these light up ones, and they're like, hey, we should have made them where this piece is translucent on the light up pieces and separate it. So they have light up eyes like that. I usually don't put it on at that point, but I wasn't paying attention. It doesn't matter. All right, there's the back plate. Just make sure that's lined up correctly on the back plate. And then get the cat hair out of the way. Stupid cats. All right, put the front plate on. Again, I don't know how many videos you saw of mine, but Ironhide and the other guy, Hound, are the 2 that have a hard time getting their head plates together. But these come out pretty seamless, and we got a really good looking face right there. Well, don't say so myself. All right, and the reason I like the gun holding hands is because he does come with a blaster. Blaster, do as Iron Boss says. All right. So here we go. We got B-127, and of course you saw he has got ball joints. There. He also has shrug joints, ball jointed head. When they redo this one for these, they do a special series that costs like $5 more. Sometimes you get them for $15. Sometimes you can get them on AliExpress for $10. But they got a little LED light in here, so the chest and the eyes will light up, and maybe some other weapons sometimes, depending on what you get. You can watch my videos for that. But of course, he has hinge joints in his elbows and knees. The thigh swivels, bicep swivels. It's just amazing. And they're very well balanced. I mean, you know, he can stand on 1 foot. He can easily stand on 2 feet. If you wanted to do some really cool action poses, just put his feet on the stand and he could be like, I'm farting. Yeah, somebody in a chat today said something about fart jokes are bad, and we're like going, you're not a guy. All dudes think fart jokes are hilarious. So here we go. So yeah, and you can pretend like he's kicking a door down and he's like, freeze. So yeah, these are fantastic, absolutely amazing. Now you might be thinking, why did you get another one? Because once I get more than one, I can repaint them. I can experiment by rearranging heads, rearranging arms, rearranging legs. Their arms, legs, and everything are completely universal for the most part. I can't think of any exception. There's like the ball joints are exactly the same size. The little joints in the thighs and knees or whatever, they're all the same. The feet. Now I wouldn't put his feet on somebody else like Optimus Prime or something, because he does have the really large feet. Usually they're just a flat plate, and this usually comes down farther. So that's that's what I'm saying. There's some exceptions, and yeah, definitely check him out. He's about he's not technically 1/18 scale, but if you want to pretend like for some reason the Transformers became like Micronians, like on Robotech, you can pretend like they shrunk down like they did in like what was that series? One of my favorite series. Oh gosh, I can't think of it for some reason. He wants to say Speed Force. It's not Speed Force. It's Action Masters. They remind me of Action Masters, except they're a lot more articulated. So I highly recommend them. You will not find anything else in your Walmart that's worth $4.84 more than this. This is a $4.84. After you build it, you can enjoy it. And then once you get 2 of them, oh no, I got 2. There's 2 things in life that you can never get too many of. Lego and these. I'm telling you right now, because unlike other model kits, if I want to put Optimus Prime's body on top of him, I could do that. If I want to give him Megatron's arms, I can do that, and I can repaint them, and I can make my own characters. And there's a lot of people doing that, and they're actually in China making sets of just things to help connect more parts, like to make him have 4 legs, or to put where you can have 2 arms, like the little. They may replace this where you could put an arm on top and an arm down below. I tried to do, and I was hoping this would work, where this would plug into this, so you can have like a really tall 4-armed creature. Didn't quite work out, because this is just a slight bit smaller than this. So I was hoping they'd be the same size, but yeah. So they didn't have that in mind when they were doing it. See, it almost looks like it, but it doesn't. But, you know, if you're going to make it permanent, you can just put a little bit of putty on it and stick it up in there, and when it dries, it's there. It's going to be permanent. It may not do the twist anymore, but you got something cool. All right, so I hope you guys enjoy this for this Transformers Tuesday. Let me know in the comments if you are getting on board with these. If you haven't, why not? I absolutely love these. These are the greatest toy they have come out with in 2024, or was it 2023? I think it was 2023, because I've been building these for over a year now. Wow, I didn't even think about that. All right, y'all have a great day. Thanks.